Hi, I'm Lana from 3E Energy Healing. I am a QHHT practitioner, and today I'd like to talk about what QHHT is. QHHT stands for Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. It's a type of past life regression hypnosis that Dolores Cannon developed over the course of a 50-year career. She is the pioneer in this field, and I learned about QHHT from her books, specifically the series called Convoluted Universe. Amazing books I'd highly recommend. Well, QHHT is called Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique because not only does it get you in touch with your past lives or even moments from this life in the past, but it also can provide healing on a physical, mental, and energetic level for the client. So let me explain a little bit about how a session goes. First, the client decides why they want to come to a QHHT session. What are their goals? And we sit and talk about that as well as their entire life history in the beginning of the session. After I get a good sense for what they've experienced during their lives and the problems that they've come to me to try to solve, I use visualization and hypnosis techniques to get the client into a state called the somnambulistic state. And that's the state that people, when they sleepwalk, they're called somnambulists because you can still function, but you may or may not have a sort of hypnotic amnesia after you come out of the hypnosis. However, rest assured that the client is always in control. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So if the client doesn't want to go under, they're not going to go under. But if they do, and they surrender and leave that left brain rational mind to the side for a minute and start utilizing that part of the brain that we use when we dream, that right side of the brain, the creative side, the part that anything can happen, right? In a dream, anything can happen. So we get the client into that nice relaxed state. It's actually very easy to get into a hypnotic state. We do it multiple times a day, especially when we're falling asleep, right before we fall asleep and right before we wake up. So you might, upon wakening some mornings, you might realize, oh, I'm waking up. And it's that in the between state that we aim to get the client to experience. And I lead them through viewing their past lives, or even, like I said, previous moments in this present life. I've also had clients who just go to the other side, go to a place of energy where they don't even have a body, and they're just experiencing different light and different forms of energy, which is also amazing for the client. Now, the client will always receive from their higher self exactly what they need. So the client's job is to just sit back, relax, and report what they're seeing, feeling, sensing. So I lead them through this process of visiting their previous lives, and they are guided by their higher self, or what Dolores Cannon called the subconscious, or SC. So I'll refer to here on out as the SC. Once we go through either one or two lives, depending on how the session goes, we will then go to the next part of the session, which is the list of questions that the client has brought. So when you're in a somnambulistic state, you are receptive to a different level of consciousness. You can access a different level of consciousness. And the SC is all-knowing. It's that part of ourselves that's connected to our eternal self. And that eternal self knows all, can see all, and understands your life's path. So the SC is going to really cultivate this experience for you, craft the experience to uniquely meet your own needs and to answer the questions that you have come to get answers to. And so as in the waking world, prior to your session, you write a list of questions that you want to have answers to, and you bring it with you to the session so that I can read off of your list. And once we visit the past lives, we change gears and we contact the SC directly, and we ask it permission to ask questions. Now, I'm reading the questions that the client has brought to the session, but the client is the one talking the whole time. The client is actually the one answering their own questions. But the information that we get from the SC is usually very concise, to the point, and so insightful and healing. It can completely transform somebody and someone's life and viewpoint. So I will actually talk about my experiences with QHHT in the next video, 2 videos. I've had 2 sessions so far, and soon we'll have a third, and I'll explain what happened to me in my session. But personally, when I experienced the first session, I went there for chronic pain that I've had for decades, and that pain is now gone, and it's been permanently gone ever since 2 weeks after the session. And lots of my clients, when they come out of the hypnotic trance and I count them out, they're usually overwhelmed and stunned, like, whoa, that was crazy, but that was amazing. A lot of them report that they felt heat or warmth moving through their body. I have not had one single person to say that it did not help them in some way. But some of the more dramatic things that Dolores has had happen, as well as I have seen, are putting medical disorders in complete remission. And again, this is done through the subconscious of the person, the client. I'm not a healer. I don't do hands-on healing. I don't say that I'm going to heal you. But I just facilitate this process of self-healing and connecting you with your higher level of consciousness, and to facilitate that level of healing. And you're going to encounter the experience that you were meant to encounter. And this experience is different for everyone. Like I said, in my personal case, I healed chronic pain. I've seen people just completely change their energy patterns and their habits from one session. And this is meant to be a one and done session. So I hope that answers some of your questions on QHHT. If you have more questions, post them down below and I will do my best to answer them. You can also visit my website at 3energyhealing.com, and it goes into more detail about a session and how to schedule one and what it all entails. And then for more information on QHHT, there's 2 websites that you can go to, and I'll also post them down below, QHHTofficial.com and DoloresCannon.com. So please let me know if you have any questions. Click like and subscribe, and the notifications bell if you'd like to hear more about QHHT. Thank you. Speak to you soon.